Hi, my name is Dan Buglio with danbuglio.com. I am a Zero Pain Now Master Coach, and this is my client Lou Beecher. And we're just going to talk a little bit about her experience working with me and working within the Zero Pain Now coaching process, and just to give you guys an idea as to what's really possible for you. So, hey Lou, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great. What I'd like to do is just start with the before picture. In other words, I remember you telling me you've had chronic pain for much of your adult life.
30 years, I would say. I was trying to think about that. It's
Yeah.
about 30 years.
So if you can just share a little bit about, what the pain was like, how chronic it was, how it impacted your ability to either do what you needed to do, or even if you struggled through it, what that meant from a pain perspective, and how did that really impact you?
Well, so I noticed that it would go from side to side. Somebody said I had sciatica. It would go from one side, more prevalent on the right side because I am a right-handed person. And of course, I thought I was Superwoman, so I could lift and do anything. And I always thought the pain came from overdoing what I was doing.
Right.
But at the same time, there was all these emotions that I was going through, which I never related the two, and did every kind of modality there was, homeopathics, chiropractics, what do you call that, acupuncture.
Sure.
I did it all.
So all of those treatments, did any of that work for you?
Nothing. No. They also did that electric stimulant thing.
Sure.
Nah, it was good for a few minutes, maybe an hour, maybe a day or two.
Right.
But nothing was ever lasting.
Sure.
And then meeting Dan, I realized, because I like healing, I like self-healing, I like natural ways of healing through food, exercise, and kind of stuff. Meeting Dan, who I met through my son, made me really put together what I always believed about yoga was body, mind, and spirit.
Sure.
And that's really what this was about, was body, mind, and spirit. It's about pushing all the stuff away down inside, which was your mind, and which was causing the body pain.
Okay.
Never thought about that. And within 2 weeks after starting the program, and I am not I'm not somebody to just say things, very honest. Within 2 weeks, I don't even think it was 2 weeks.
Yeah, pretty
Probably
much.
2 weeks.
We started talking. I got you the Zero Pain Now book.
Yeah.
By the time you read through that, we were getting ready to start the formal 28-day coaching program.
Right.
By the first day that we were going to start the coaching program, you had already had several pain-free days.
Yes.
Which was pretty interesting for you.
Mm-hmm.
So it was as a result of connecting the dots.
Really?
As you'll learn on the rest of my website, the pain is caused by repressed emotions, and it's the body's real physical reaction. The pain's real. You're not crazy. You're not imagining things. The pain is very real, but it's as a result of these overwhelming, unacceptable, even what the brain perceives as dangerous emotions. So we push them away, we repress them into our subconscious, and the body reacts to that and creates pain as a distraction. So Lou was great because very quickly she understood that. And she was able to get that. And as soon as you got it at an intellectual and an emotional level, the pain was able to stop because there was nothing really physically wrong with your body to begin with.
Well, I think people have a hard time thinking that they can actually talk to their brain.
Right.
Or their mind. Oh, sure. But why can't you? Why can't you talk to your brain? It talks to you all the time. Why can't you talk back? And when you realize that you can do that, I think that's when you start to really heal.
Sure.
And let go of all this crap. That's really what it is.
Yeah. So you got very quick results as a result of getting it. From an education standpoint, you were able to connect the dots between your emotions and your physical symptoms. You could see when pain flared as a result of a lot of stuff going on in your life. You could see when it started years ago as a result of what was going on in your life. So you got the education, you read the book, through our conversations, you did that personal assessment, and then you actually did a process which helped to uncover these negative repressed emotions,
Mhm.
which were actually at the cause. So I was thrilled with how quickly you got the results. So you had a lot of years worth of pain, suffering, physical. I don't know how much it restricted you,
Oh,
but
God,
certainly
it's just awful.
certainly was a lot of suffering, even though you may have pushed through things.
I don't know if it was suffering. Suffering to me is a little over the edge.
Well,
Just I was in a lot of pain and discomfort, and when you are in that much pain and discomfort, you're very edgy
sure.
about everything. Not because you are, but because the pain creates that edginess.
Sure.
You
So
know?
now how are you today, now that you
I'm
don't
a happy
hurt?
Kim. I really am. And I hate to sound like a soap opera or whatever you call it. I am so happy. I am so happy that I am not in pain. And when I get a little flare, I just say, knock it off, brain. I know what I'm doing. I know what I got to face. And I'm fine. I really, really don't have pain. And I don't take
Right.
pills. I take nothing for it. Nothing.
No, you're not doing any physical treatments.
No.
Now,
Nothing.
you also had mentioned to me that you've been able to start doing your yoga again, which is something that you struggled with.
Yes, because yoga, the way I do it and stuff, I really, so you can't get into the pose at first, but I work hard on getting there, and getting there, if you're in pain, it's never going to happen.
Right.
So, I'm doing a lot of stuff that I couldn't do. I could not do because
basically-
it was too painful.
Yeah, basically it sounds like you got a big portion of your life back.
Oh, absolutely.
Your physical life.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You
I
even
think
mentioned
so.
taking a 3-hour hike in the woods on one of the warmer
indeed.
days this winter.
Yes, indeed.
So how long was it prior to that you had done a nice long walk?
Being in Colorado, I did take some walks, but I didn't really go on any hiking
Sure.
because you just never knew from one day to the next how you were going to feel. You could be walking and all of a sudden it hits you and the pain
Right.
starts and then you're stuck. So I never went too far,
Sure.
but this is exciting. This
That's
is
great.
really exciting. And I love the book. The book was very powerful. I loved the talks with Dan. He was always there with the emails and on top of everything, texting me all the time, which was not too much, but and
Enough to stay connected, to make sure she
Exactly.
was fully supported through the coaching process.
Mhm.
Because, when you work one-on-one, you get my private phone, text, email, and really unlimited access to me. And I don't think you...
I think that's really important to know that there is somebody there. And maybe it might be hard at first to understand that somebody could be there like that.
Sure.
But once you get it, and once you really start to open up about how important it is to your mind and your body connect so well to either hurt you or make you feel better,
Right.
that's important. You can take all the pills you want. You can go and get scans and you can go get operations. You're wasting your money. I really feel that. I feel
Right.
that this was very worth every penny I put out. And believe me, I don't have a lot of money. This was worth every inch of it. It's wonderful.
Okay.
Really.
Well, unless you've got anything else to add, I want to thank Lou for trusting me and becoming a client. I'm not surprised because all my clients get better, but it's always thrilling and love to see the impact that opening your mind to this type of a concept, actually believing that
Yes.
you're not broken, it's not physical, and that you can heal and end this pain, this cycle of pain you may have been stuck in for days, weeks, months, years, decades, in Lou's case, 30 plus years. You can literally get your life back, which is what I did. Obviously, it's what Lou did. So, Lou, thank you for...
Thank you, Mr.
Dan.
Mr. Dan the man.
All right, Lou, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.
Thank you.
Happy healing. I had to throw that in.